Greetings, brothers and sisters. What is up? Welcome back to yet another one from myself. Brothers and sisters, you will not believe these words have come from the very one and only Nigerian president, Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu was recently in St. Lucia Island. I don't know if he's still there or he's in Nigeria, but they recently had a dinner held in his honor in St. Lucia Island and, just celebrating him and welcoming him. He had gone there for a state visit. And you will not believe what Tinubu said about himself during the dinner. He said, I am Afrocentric. Coming from Tinubu, that was a shocker to me. So I want to just read through this article for you guys so that you understand the basis of why Tinubu sees himself as an Afrocentric. President Bola Tinubu has urged Africans and individuals of African descent globally to enhance collaboration and unity in their collective efforts to establish a future characterized by promise, honor, and dignity for the Black race. At a dinner reception held in his honor by the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Philip J. Pierre, on Tuesday night in Castries, President Tinubu urged Africans in the diaspora to harness technology and innovation to drive meaningful social progress. Members of the Nigerian community in St. Lucia, some of whom have lived on the island for over 3 decades, attended the dinner. So these are Tinubu's words. It is not the fault of our forebears that we find ourselves dispersed. We can work together, be together, enjoy what we have, and build a future of promise, honor, and dignity for the Black race. I am unapologetically Afrocentric in my belief. I've traveled far and wide, and no one is as industrious, determined, and focused as the Black people worldwide. The challenge is ours, and we meet those challenges as we strive to give our kith and kin a better life. All I can promise you as a man from the largest Black nation in the world is that we will work hard. 1 out of every 5 Black nationals is a Nigerian. Industrialization and technology are making life easier, and we have to work together to make our people proud today, tomorrow, and thereafter. That is what President Bola Tinubu of Nigeria said during his dinner in St. Lucia Island. And brothers and sisters, I just want to bring us back to our senses. This is the same Tinubu who was the chairperson of ECOWAS when the AES, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso were going through a tough time because ECOWAS didn't want to accept their decision of leaving an organization that was not working or still is not working for the benefit of its people, but only working to oppress the citizens of those nations and serve their masters. A puppet organization that gets orders from above and suppresses people just so that they can benefit their masters. Your France and all these other European countries that are currently controlling ECOWAS. So, is this the same Bola Tinubu that made sure that these guys suffer? I remember when they closed their borders to the AES countries and there was no food being sold to Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. I think at some point they had a shortage of medication because they couldn't get their supplies from their neighboring countries who helped them give them medical supplies. So, this is the same Tinubu that is saying he is Afrocentric, the same Tinubu that understands that we need to work together for the betterment of our countries and the betterment of our continent. The same Tinubu that didn't want to hear out our brothers who he knows for sure are working for the betterment of their citizens. He claimed that these people are making their citizens suffer and that the AES needs to go back to democracy and these people need to get back to their senses because whatever they are claiming is happening in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is nothing but oppression to their citizens. In his speech, he says that it is not the fault of our forebears that we find ourselves dispersed. Let me tell you, Bwana Tinubu, let me tell you, sir, it is definitely the fault of our forebears that we find ourselves in the situation that we are as Africa. Because if some of you guys, like yourself, if you were not so much concerned about what Europe and America and all of these other countries want to achieve in Africa, you would be working hard to make sure that you are working towards what the African citizens want to achieve for themselves in their continent. So it is the fault of our forebears that we find ourselves in this misery. It is the fault of our forebears that we find ourselves with imperialism in Africa. It is our chance now to make sure that these things change. So we cannot move forward without acknowledging our history. We need to go back and dig what really happened. Who put us in this situation? Why was Thomas Sankara killed? Who killed Thomas Sankara? You cannot just say it's not their fault. It is their fault, because if anybody like Thomas Sankara rose to help Africa, they made sure that they use our own people to kill. And that is part of our ancestry, our lineage. So it is their fault. Right now they are going over Burkina Faso, trying to eliminate Traore, trying by all means, using his own people, his right-hand man, people who are so close to him, making sure that they put him down, making sure that they eliminate him. Is it not their fault? If anything happens, would we not say it's their fault? It is definitely their fault. Fault of those who sell us out even today to the oppressors, even today to the colonizer. Our own leaders are selling us, are selling our countries just for the benefit of their stomachs and that of their families. It is the fault of our forebears that we are here today. Mr. Tinubu, we are in this misery today because some of you do not want or do not even care about what the African people need and what the African people can achieve from the minerals, from the mineral wealth that we have within our countries. All you care about is what Europe is getting from Africa, the relationship that you have with your masters in Europe. That is all that you care about. So let us remind you today that it is indeed the fault of our forebears that we are here where we are today. It is the fault of our forebears that some of our people were sold as slaves, sold. Our own people sold, chiefs. They were part of the people who sold off our people to these islands, the St. Lucias, the Americas. It is the same forebears. So it is definitely their fault that we are here where we are today. So there's nothing Afrocentric about what you are saying. And this is the problem that we have as Africans. We forget very easily. Like this guy would come back for the next term and say, you know what, guys, this time around I'm going to do this and this and this and this for you. And guess what? Some Nigerians will still vote for him and say, yeah, he spoke well. I think he's ready now. You gave this guy 5 years to serve you. He didn't. Now with 1 minute speech, you think that he will change for the next 5 years and serve you. Do we have a problem as the African people? Do we easily forget? Do we easily forgive? As African people, we are so welcoming. I usually look back and say, maybe our ancestors were too nice to these people, such that they thought these people are so stupid, we can take over their land. So welcoming, so forgiving. And then religion made it worse now, because it instilled that fear of, oh, let me give him a second chance. This time around, maybe he's a changed, let me do it for my own sake. I need to go to heaven. So let's play it right, Let me give him a second chance. Somebody who has shitted on your face, like not once. You want to give them 5, 10 chances just because you fear going to hell if you don't forgive. I mean, religion came with a lot of nonsense for our brains as African people. Because tell me why we have so many politicians who are in government for years, more than 20 years, as Minister of Agriculture, Minister I don't know of what, and then promoted from Minister to this. They start off as MPs, some of them, up until President. And all of these years, it's people electing them, thinking that, oh, maybe when he's Minister, he will change. Oh, maybe when he's President, he will do things better. How can he do things better if he failed as an MP? How can he be better as a President? I mean, African people, we need to reevaluate our choices, honestly. Bola Tinubu here is talking something that is totally opposite of who he is. I am Afrocentric. It is not the fault of our forebears. It is their damn fault that we are here. We are in trouble because of everything that they put us through. Cote d'Ivoire right now is messing up the AES. Benin, Patrice Talon. These guys have been working with the oppressor to make sure that our brothers in the AES are suffering, to make sure that their mission is not accomplished, to prove to Africans that it's impossible for us as Africans to achieve without the oppressor. Even with the oppressor, we are not achieving. So why don't they let us suffer alone and just, do things our own way? If we fail, we fail. At least we tried. Nobody was there to steal from us. Nobody was there to claim they are helping us when they are not. Mr. Bola Tinubu, it is the fault of our forebears. It is also probably going to be your fault that Nigeria will find itself where it is in the next 10 years. When they look back, they will think, oh my goodness, they once lived a president called so-and-so. He put us where we are today. May we have presidents like Ibrahim Traore, Assimi Goïta, and Abdurrahman Tiani, presidents that are serving their people, presidents that will die and leave a legacy for their people, for their citizens. They shall never be forgotten, just like our Thomas Sankaras, because of the honor, the dignity that they gave their people. We deserve everything good as Africans, and it is the fault of those who are working against our will that we find ourselves where we are. Brothers and sisters, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. If you would love to support us, we have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box down below. We also have super thanks and super chats. Please support us also by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.